I know you love favorite girl and I'm started doing the most. All this money, little shawty on go. Got a section in area 444 is an area code. Take the number and pass to the bro. Made the money and ran on the hoe. Run hit the flow and I tell her to go. Go, she doing the most. Go.
Only about doing the less. I only hang with the best. Talk to me, better talk with your chest. You think that I'm just to impress, but really I woke up fresh. Really I woke up like this. I don't have to call it depressed. Yo, girl grew up out of a nest. She do the most, yeah, she a pest. She do the most, yeah, she a bug. But I probably still give her some love. That's why I be in VIP coolin', cause you won't do too much in the club. Niggas not moving like us. Shut up, you doing too much.
I gotta doing the most. 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 Left, right, left, right, left, right. I gotta doing the most. Left, right, left, right, left, right. I gotta doing the most, doing the most. Most. I gotta doing the most. Most. I gotta doing the most.
Oh man, hold on. Let me get on the big screen. Let me get my screen right. Hold up. Not quite. Hold on. There we go. Hey. Man, listen. Today is a great day. As most of y'all know, and if you don't know, I'm in the great state of Oklahoma. And today, if you are a basketball fan, you know that Shai Gilgeous had won the MVP today of the NBA. So your boy is happy as hell. We got a comment, Caucasian Sasquatch. What's up, bro? Keep poking the buttons. I don't know what that means, but hey, we gonna keep on poking the buttons. But anyways, man, so Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had won the MVP today. So I'm in a good mood. I'm in a very, very good mood, man. Hopefully everybody had a good day today. And as y'all seen in the title, this is random. This is a random live. I really don't have any plans for this live. So y'all about to hear me talk a whole lot of shit. Straight up. I mean, I guess I do got a couple topics, but I didn't really research them like that. You know what I mean? I just had seen some shit, and I was like, man, you know what? I got to address this tonight. I gotta talk about it. That's how I figured it out. I poked the buttons until I learned. Facts. I got you. Hell yeah. But I came across this story, man, and I was like, man, you know what? I gotta talk about this. I gotta talk about it. Let me see what else is going on in life. So your boy had a doctor's appointment today. I am officially down. Hold on, wait. Let me get my hand clap ready. Let me see. Let me go ahead and get my stuff right. Oh, you know what? I think I took the hand clap off. But anyways, I'm gonna clap for my damn self. So I had a doctor's appointment today. Your boy is officially down since January 1st. 27 pounds. Give it up for me, man. 27 pounds. You feel me? Now, I'm still fat, but I'm working on it. Y'all have to bear with your boy, you know. I will be walking around inside of with my shirt off coming very, very soon. Very, very soon. But I feel good. I got some blood work done. You know, so I should be getting those test results back real soon. So that'll be dope. Hold on real quick. Okay, cool. I thought that somebody was getting ready to walk by. I can't have y'all all up in my business. You feel me? But anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna be getting some blood work done. That's gonna be awesome. The last time that I got some blood work done, it didn't look too good. You know what I'm saying? And so that was when I made a decision that I gotta start doing some things differently. You know what I'm saying? Your boy cannot be fat forever. As a matter of fact, nobody should be being fat forever. So I'm working on it, but I am open to all fat jokes, and don't be sensitive whenever I clap back at your ass, because as many of y'all know, I am a professional shit talker. I can shit talk with the best of them, and I'm ready for all the smoke, all the smoke. But anyways, man, shit. So this first thing that I want to get into is so a stepson had deleted his stepfather, right? Matter of fact, let's just get into the video. Hold on, let me go ahead and pull this up. I'm not gonna be on here long, y'all. I'm not gonna be here long because, like I said, man, this right here is completely random. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this up real quick. Completely random. Let's see. Maximum effort, brother. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate that. Let me go back. See, this is why I need to start going live more, because I be fucking, because I be forgetting shit. I be like, damn, hey, you know what? How did I do that the last time? How did I do that the last time? Oh man, Marcus Antonio Castillo. Oh man, hey, listen, look, I definitely appreciate y'all for coming through. I definitely appreciate y'all for coming through. Thank you, Marcus. Marcus was the second like. Shout out to Marcus. I'm gonna drop the link in just a little bit if anybody wants to come up and want to have a conversation. But I need to get through this first topic first, man, because I seen some shit and I was like, man, this is a do not be a crash dummy. So I'll give y'all a little bit of backstory. So a child had decided that he wanted to delete his stepfather. Now I don't know the full details of the story, but I just seen the title and I was like, oh man, you know what? I got to cover this. I definitely got to. And listen, look, I definitely appreciate y'all for liking the video. I'm gonna start going live a lot more because I just like talking shit. You know what I'm saying? I just like talking shit. But anyways, let's get into the video.
Atlanta mother is grieving as her son is on the run, accused of killing her husband. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us here for Fox 5 News at 5. I'm Tom Haynes.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Newton County deputies say 41-year-old David Gay was shot and killed by his stepson in the family home last season.
First mistake that this brother made. I think she said that his name is David Gay. He decided to become a stepfather. First mistake that he made is becoming a stepfather. Why the hell are you out here trying to raise somebody else's children? Why? And yes, I know that there was some really, really good step parents out there. You know what I'm saying? I had a really good stepfather as well. That I cannot lie about. But on the ounce of probabilities, you're not going to have a great experience as being a step parent, especially a stepfather. You are 9 times likely to crash and burn trying to be a step parent. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna just keep this on stepfathers because I know this from experience. I have a lot of friends who decided to become step parents. I talk to a lot of guys online who decided to become step parents, as I like to call them, step crash dummies. Being a stepfather, listen, you might be idiot of the century becoming a stepfather. You trying to raise somebody else's kids. The worst thing in the world is whenever you see a dude who doesn't even have kids and he is out here raising somebody else's kids like they are his own. Just because his girl, like she might got like some real good box or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Like let's be honest. Like we all been there before. You know what I'm saying? But being a stepfather, let me tell y'all a little bit of my experience with becoming a stepfather. So I've been a stepfather 3 times in my life, right? The first time, it was cool. It was okay. You know what I'm saying? But when I was 18 years old, I met a young lady. Actually, she was actually older than me. And me and her, you know, things were going great and things like that. And I thought that I was in love, you know what I'm saying? And actually, this is a woman that I actually had married, by the way. And she had a child. And me and this child had got really, really close and things like that. And me and her father had issues every once in a while. Like, you know, it's like, there is no perfect relationship. I don't give a damn if it's your business partner, if it is your girlfriend, mama, brother, uncle, whatever. There's always, something is going to come up. Something bad is going to happen or something like that. Right? All right, bro. I got you, Caucasian. But, so me and this child had got really, really close. And, I was the only father that this child knew from the time that she was 2 years old all the way up until she was about 7 or 8 years old, right? And me and her mother, we started going through some things, you know how relationships do. And me and her mother had split up after about 6.5 years, something like that. And we had split up, right? And I go from being with this child every single day. I'm talking, I am picking her up from school. I'm giving this child baths. I'm taking care of her. I'm feeding her. I'm doing everything. Like I'm being the ultimate stepdad. And at this time, I didn't even have children. I'm washing dishes. I'm washing clothes. Nigga, I'm being a perfect family man. Right? And when this started, remember, I was 18 years old. I'm being the perfect step parent. But then whenever me and her mother had split up, it was in an instant. My entire life changed within an instant. Now, you got to think about it like this, right? And I haven't seen this child since. So I go from being with this child every single day for 6.5 years. Her father was not really in her life like that. So I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to be the man and I'm going to step up for this child that's not mine. Me not thinking in my head that if me and this woman splits up, I have no ties and no responsibilities to this child whatsoever, and I have grown feelings for this child like I was her father, and which I'm not. And the pain that I felt when I stopped being able to see this little girl was unbearable. I swear to God, I felt like I lost a child of my own. For real. That shit hurt. I don't know if anybody else out there has been through this situation, but that's one reason why you should not become a step parent. Because if you are around a child long enough, you are gonna have feelings for that child. I don't give a fuck what you say. You could try to act like like, hey, well, the kid really isn't mine, so you know what I'm saying, like, so it really don't matter or whatever. Man, stop that. If you are around anybody long enough, you are going to have some type of love and some type of feeling for that person. This could be a boss that you work with for a long time. This could be a neighbor. This could be whoever it is. If you spend enough time around a person, you are going to grow a care for that person. Right? Second thing, why you should not become a stepfather or a step crash dummy, right? Is depending on how many baby daddies that this woman has that you decide to be with, you have to deal with different men coming by your house. You have to deal with issues that they may bring up that you have to deal with. And especially if you don't have children, why are you putting yourself through this? You literally are stressing yourself out about this woman's problems, about this woman's issues. These kids don't have nothing to do with you. All you there is because you think that you done fell in love with their mama. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Yo, I've been in situations, right? So listen, I am a 3-time stepdaddy offender. A 3-time stepdaddy offender. Don't do this. But there's been times where I had things set up for me and the lady that I was with, for us to have a good time, you know what I'm saying, that night, for us to, you know, get together. Like, I had made like some dinner for us. I mean, all type of shit. Like, we about to get romantic up in this bitch, right? I got everything all together. Next thing you know, the phone ring. Ring, whatever. Y'all know. Guess who it is? Baby daddy on some bullshit. On some straight bullshit. Fucked up our entire night. Just fucked it all up. Now, we went from about to have a good night to me about to bust down something real nice and sweet, to now our entire night is altered because her baby daddy had started tripping about some BS. So now we sitting there having a conversation about this weird ass nigga when I was just about to get some cheeks. Let me get some water. And that's another reason why you should not become a stepfather. A step crash dummy. Let me keep on saying that. Being a stepdad, I heard a great quote by the comedian T.K. Kirtland. Raising another man's child is a mental illness. And I actually agree with him. A lot of dudes who end up being this stepdaddy and playing this stepdaddy role, what usually happens if him and that woman breaks up, he's usually broke. He's wasted a whole lot of time, a whole lot of energy on trying to raise somebody else's child. He's wasted so much time. He's wasted so much time and has lost so many opportunities because he decided that he wanted to be a step crash dummy. You are an idiot if you are out here raising somebody else's children. A complete idiot. Now, like I said, are there some success stories out there? Absolutely. I had an amazing stepfather. He was amazing. But most stories do not end like mine. I've talked to numerous people in real life and on the internet. I have a lot of friends who decided to become step parents, and their stories all ended horribly. I mean, terrible. Yo, I was on a panel a few days, well, matter of fact, I'll say a few months ago. And this lady, she was talking about how she did not like the guy that her mom was dating. So she made up a freaking entire story about how her stepdad had hit her or had touched her or something like that. She made up this entire story. Stepdaddy, so real daddy come over there tripping. Knocked stepdaddy the fuck out. Cold. Knocked his ass out. all over a damn lie because she did not like the guy that her mother was dating. And guess what her mama had told her stepdaddy? That she didn't really mean it like that. Like, she has been going through a lot. Nah, fuck that. Yo, listen, we don't got time to be out here getting in the fights with your fucking baby daddy because your little badass kid wants to go around lying on damn people. I've heard numerous stories like this about ninjas out there who are trying to save somebody, who is trying to save some damn woman from her bad decisions. Now, okay, hold on. Now, if you are a widow or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I do understand. There are circumstances where being a stepfather is probably okay, right? Baby daddy died, you know what I'm saying? Or baby daddy is in jail for a very, very long time. Something like that. Okay, cool, I get it. But you just out here willingly being a step parent whenever the real daddy is still in the picture? Come on, my nigga. What are we doing? Did your father not teach you anything? Number 3, why you should not be a step parent. A step crash dummy. Baby daddy is always trying to hit that. Baby daddy is always somewhere lurking. Baby daddy is always waiting on a moment. Now, I have children by a different woman that I am no longer in a relationship with. And me and her, we're not on this level. Right? We've been split up for the past 4 years or so. About 3 to 4 years or so. So me and her have been there past that, right? But the amount of stories that I've heard from friends, from people that I've worked with, to people on the internet, to family members, a lot of these people are still out here smashing their baby mama. And stepdaddy has no idea about it. He is so damn delusional. He just think that his girl is the most amazing girl in the whole wide world. Meanwhile, she getting her cheeks clapped whenever you go to work. Getting them cheeks busted wide open. But you have no idea. Because you believe that your woman is sugar, spice, and everything nice. Baby daddy is always lurking. Always lurking. Matter of fact, yo, I done forgot about the damn video. I'm over here rambling. Let's get back to the video, yo.
Evening. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor just talked with the wife of the victim, who is also the mother of the suspect. A lot to take in for this woman. Angelique.
Good afternoon to you both. This Newton County mother is an emotional wreck. She clearly says she loves her husband, who was killed just last.
Oh, you know what? Let me drop the link, because I've been doing a whole lot of talking. I don't know if anybody has any rebut on anything that I just said, rebuttal or anything. I know that I said a lot, and I know that a lot of people are going to disagree with me. So I'll drop the link real quick. I'll drop the link. Anybody wants to come up, tap in with me, and let's talk about it.
Atlanta mother is grieving as her son is on the run, accused of killing her husband. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us here for Fox 5 News at 5. I'm Tom Haynes.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Newton County deputies say 41-year-old David Gay was shot and killed by his stepson in the family home last evening. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor just talked with the wife of the victim, who is also the mother of the suspect. A lot to take in for this woman. Angelique.
Good afternoon to you both. This Newton County mother is an emotional wreck. She clearly says she loves her husband, who was killed just last night, but tonight her plea is...
That boy was 16 who did this. 16 years old. 16 years old, and he went off and had killed his stepfather. He probably had did it because he wasn't his real daddy. Who knows? You never know. Stepping into a step-parent situation is really a dangerous situation, especially if you are a man. Especially if you are a man and if that woman has daughters, something like that. I'm telling you, hey, listen, you better be careful. I've heard some horror stories. Horror stories. I've seen dudes break down and cry because the child had took something the wrong way that this person said that he probably didn't actually right mean it like that, something like that. Man, bro, fuck that. Listen, y'all can be stepdaddy fucking superheroes if y'all want to. Your ass gonna end up in jail some damn where. Fuck that.
To her son, who is accused of murder and on the run. She says she wants him to turn himself in. Now, we just talked with her minutes ago. Take a listen.
Please turn yourself in. This is the ultimate breaking for me. And I cannot. I said I couldn't lose another child.
Hold on. Notice that she just said that I cannot lose another child. Damn. I wonder what happened to the first child. You know what? I'm gonna do some investigating. As soon as I finish with this video. We gonna do a little bit of investigating.
And I lost my husband. And now I really can't lose another child.
Ma'am, your child is already gone. Your child been gone.
David.
Your child is about to do 25 to life, 15 to life. Hell, he's in Georgia. He might get the death penalty. I hope not, because I don't want nobody out here dying. Uh-oh, hold on, wait. We got somebody that want to come in. Let me see. Oh, we got my boy, Caucasian Sasquatch.
Hey, bud.
What up, bro? What's up, man?
I'm chilling like a villain, cheating, robbing, rhyming, stealing. What's up?
Hell yeah, I'm good. Just over here talking about these step parents, step crash.
Yeah, you mind if I do a little pushback on the step parenting thing? First of all, I'm not a step parent, not in the classical sense. I'm a baby daddy.
Okay.
My baby mama had like 1,100 husbands in a row.
Damn.
I was the only male figure that was solid and stable throughout these children's lives. I fathered one child. She had 3. So I more or less adopted all 3 of them, and they did everything we did, vacations, you name it. But I was never married. There was never a legal attachment, right? Mm-hmm. And my opinion of it was, and I had to like do a real soul searching on this one because, yeah, it's raising a bunch of other deadbeat dads' babies, but it occurred to me, and it's something my mom always told me, those children did not choose how to come into this world. Why should you judge them on their parents' decisions? And that's really what won the day on it. I just sort of decided I would have mind babies instead of fathering children, right? Mm-hmm. I've influenced them. My daughters are the most savage women you will ever meet. You come at them with some BS, they will burn you down in public. They might even video it and upload it to their TikTok. They are savages. Damn. Right? As long as you're straight with them, they're straight. But if you come at them with some BS, you're going to regret it.
Right.
So it's a hashtag not all situation is all I'm really getting at. You know.
I get it. I get it. And just like I said, there are some success stories out there. Like my stepfather was amazing. And to be honest with you, in some ways, he was actually better than my real father, to be honest with you. But man, I've just heard so many horror stories, and I've actually experienced a few too. And to me, it's like, why even put yourself through that? why even put yourself through the stress, through the loss of finances behind somebody else's kids? I just don't understand it. I will never be a step parent again, like ever.
Do you consider it charity or mercy?
I think it's mercy, for real.
Okay. Well, what is mercy for?
Feeling sorry for somebody.
It's for the weak, sir.
Okay.
Those who you cannot grant mercy uphill. Only the more powerful, the stronger can grant mercy to those below, not status wise, but you, it's like that speaking truth to power thing that don't go downhill.
Yeah.
You know, this mercy doesn't go downhill. Charity doesn't go downhill. You cannot, if you are not in a position to grant charity, you do not have the ability to do so. But if you are in a position to grant charity, it sort of behooves you to do it on some cases. Now, I'm not saying give everything away to everybody all the time, of course, but there are situations you come across where somebody just needs a little help, a little bump, a little step up. You know, they don't need you to carry them. They just need a breath, you know, and if you, even if you do it, even if you do charity at that point and it turns out to screwing you, you're still a better person for it, but for two reasons. One, you are in a space where you can grant the charity. And two, you've learned one more way somebody can screw you over, which means it can't happen that way again.
Yeah. Experience. Yeah. I mean, man, listen, look, to me, man, see, and to be honest with you, I could be a little bitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Like, I've gotten my feelings hurt in this situation before, you know. Like, I don't know if you was listening to that
90% of it. I listen to most of it.
Yeah. But I've been burned before. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I would hate to see guys go through what I went through. You know, so I could be a little bit jaded. You know what I mean? But I still don't see any real benefit from it. I mean, besides the fact that you might get a pat on the head and that you did a good job. Like,
I don't know, man.
Like, you might feel better.
Let me give you a little bit of backstory on my situation and why I speak the way I do about the step situation. Now, to be clear, I was not a step parent technically, but I was there for all three of those kids when they were born, all three of those kids throughout their entire lives, and I don't regret it. Yeah. Do I regret dealing with the mother? Yes, sure, but not the children. You know, until they reach 12 or 15, they don't even have the capability of making basic decisions for themselves. And so you can't really judge them on the things that they say and do. Most of it's informed by someone else. And your relationship with that someone else reflects directly upon the relationship these children will have with you, because that's what's informing their decisions. So I've been married for 20 years, about, see,
I'm listening to
a couple of years before I got married.
Real quick. My bad. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm listening to you.
I shared it out too. A couple of years before I got married, I knocked up this chick. There wasn't a whole lot of smoke about it. It was just me and my woman split up for a little while. Me and this chick hooked up, and then me and my girl got back together. We got married. And so it was like a no harm, no foul. We got a kid. Great. There's 3 kids. We've known the chick, both of us have known the chick our whole lives. So she just kind of got adopted into the family with all her little heathen youngins. It's fine. I love youngins. They're great. They run around and play and do stuff, bake stuff, start fires. You know how it works. Having gone through that whole process, the entire 21 now, 22 years of this, all 3 of the children are adults now, and their mothers run off just like a couple of weeks after her youngest son turned 18. She just disappeared. She just checked out. She was married, had a husband, has a house, has land, has an entire litany of responsibilities, and she just checked out. She, quote unquote, went to work one morning and just didn't come home.
Wow.
So all three of the kids show up over here. And for about a week, they all just kind of sit around and stare at each other like, what are we supposed to do? Because, of course, her new husband, who's her new husband of the past 5 years, right, that just wasn't going to work. They can't live there because their mama's not living there, and he's sore about it. So they all end up coming to stay with me for a few days. And that includes grandbabies and other sister and cousins, stuff like that was all attached. I get it. It's a resource sink. There's nothing for it but to do it. You really don't get a choice in that matter. And if you don't do it, you're the ass. If you do it, you're a sucker. So it's a no-win game in the first place, just being there. But the win is my oldest adopted daughter managed to get into a place, and over here it took her a couple of days to put it together, but her and her two kids, they're stashed away pretty safely. I'm not 100% sure where the youngest son went, but he's hooked up with some older chick and he's living over there somewhere. He's not my kid. I can't really dig into his information too deeply, right?
Right.
The point is, my daughter just moved in over here on a random Tuesday. She just showed up, walked in, went to her bedroom, and didn't leave. And after a couple of weeks, I'm like, what's going on? She was like, oh, my mom left her husband. And I was like, really? When were you going to tell me this? She's like, it's really not your business, and it really has no effect on you, except you might see a little bit more of the kids. And by the way, I live here now, which is fine.
Yeah.
Bedroom with 3 beds in it. So it's just like it always been, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, these kids are definitely better off as people, decision-making, critical thinking individuals, and not groupthink monsters. You know, they are the ones in the group that looks around and go, hey, you're all being assholes and we're going to go to jail. And they get up and leave. Yeah. Whereas everybody else goes out and works on the hood of the car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
So that's my influence. That's my wife's influence. That is the level-headed, critical thinking, decision-making, problem-solving in action that has been bequeathed upon them because they have encountered people who do this, who solve the problems instead of complaining about it, who get in there and throw bows when you need to, but sit down and talk about it when that's better. You can't always scream your way through a problem.
Right. Okay. So with all that being said, do you think that more men or people should become stepfathers because it would lead to less degenerates in society? Because, you know, men usually provide like discipline and shit like that.
Sure. Okay, I realize that I'm in a very unique situation and I'm a very unique individual. Mm-hmm. And I don't expect everybody to be able to stare at, you know, their see, that's the thing. We were never dating. There was never anything like that. It was just sort of a more than one night stand that ended up with a kid. And we never really had a whole lot of emotions for each other in the first place. But I told her, I was like, look, you have two choices. You can come at me through the courts and I'll do everything the court says. Or I can keep all 3 of your children safe and you just leave me alone in the courts. And she did that. She took that option. 18 years through the whole thing, she never brought me up on a single anything.
Damn.
Right? But keep in mind, all 3 of her kids went on vacation. They went to Disney. They went to the beach with us. They went to the lake house. They went out of state. When we went road tripping, they went with us, you know? So I feel like I was more valuable to her as a solid space to place her children, because every time she divorced a guy, every time she broke up with somebody, I'd end up with the kids for a few days, maybe a week, 6 months. You never know. So not everyone is in a position to be able to do that type of stuff and it not destroy the rest of their life, right? So if you try to bring some other woman's children into most marriages, it will destroy the marriage. They can't get over it. In this case, my wife was satisfied enough that I really didn't want anything emotional with the baby mama, and so that was never really a consideration. But you're correct. Baby daddy always after that booty forever and ever.
Baby daddy
ever and
always
ever.
in there. Yep.
Always in there.
He's
So,
always sitting around lurking somewhere, somehow.
and I don't disagree with that point. At the same time, it kind of comes down to the three individuals, four individuals involved. Because let's say you have a man and a woman get married, have some kids, they split up. You now add two adults and all of their baggage to the relationship that was already established between the children and the parents. And that does not always work well.
Yeah. I remember, so me and my kid's mother, so she had a daughter, whenever we first met. I mean, well, she actually still has a daughter, but she has a child, right? And I remember sometimes I felt so like alienated, just between, like they had such a good relationship, like to where I always kind of like have found myself being on like the outside looking in, like, you know what I mean? Like they would like go off and do shit or whatever. And I'm like, damn, whatever. Like we can't all go, like, you know what I'm saying? Some type of shit. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. I just hated being a step parent for real.
I'll give you that. My adopted son was born on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
So he hates his birthday. He despises it because you got a choice. You get Christmas presents or birthday presents. Which one do you want? It's the same thing either way. So why would you even have that conversation with him? You know, and the way I always handled it is I'd buy him two separate things, or either buy him something for Christmas that would sit under the tree, and then do something with him for his birthday. Right. So after all the family stuff, me and him would go off and go fishing or go do something. I mean, whatever it was. He didn't ever seem to really care what it was. He just liked going to do anything, really, having somebody care about it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool, man. I mean, like, shout out to all of the people out there, I guess, who, see, I don't even want to even say that because I'm just super against this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I mean, but then again, I listened to everything that you said, and from your perspective, I definitely understand it. You know what I mean? Like, you was in a very, very unique situation. You know what I mean? Very
unique. That's why I caveat it the way I do.
Yeah, like, I don't think that I've ever heard a story like that before, ever.
The red pill sphere, they hate me. They hate me because I'm like, look, yes, I hooked up with a crack-headed redhead with 225 tattoos and more piercings than you can see on a fish. So, yes, I made that decision. I had to deal with the consequences of that decision. And yes, it did stick to me for the rest of my life. However, that being said, I have a 22-year-old daughter who was a perfect little princess until she turned 18 and suddenly turns into super businesswoman. Holy crap, where'd she come from? Right. And then I have another adopted daughter who, as far as I could tell, was born 45. And then the day she turned 18, decided that she was just going to be a flaky drifter. Wow. Whatever, man. Like, there's no accounting for taste. I don't know what stresses it was that broke what. I don't know. But that's her decisions. I can't really step into it. I'm not even technically her father. I'm just the man who raised her. So right. The difference is she comes to me for advice.
I'll stop you real quick. Doesn't that kind of like bug you though? Because it's like, you know, like you put all this time and energy into this person, and you see them like right doing something wrong, but you can't really like say shit. It's like, man, motherfucker, like you got some type of like care for this person, but you literally are watching them like crash and burn. But it's like, damn, you know what? I can't even say nothing for real. It's like,
hear this one out, bro. I got a perfect example. This is straight anecdote. My oldest daughter, like the one that was born 40 and turned 15 when she turned 18, right? Decided she was just unaccountable. Right. From within 6 weeks of her 18th birthday, she got pregnant, got married, got a divorce, and moved out of her mom's house, moved in with us, got her own place, lost her own place, moved in with the baby daddy. They both got kicked out from over there and ended up over here where they both got kicked out for doing drugs.
Damn.
And then once they settled all of that out, they're split up. She's single with 2 babies now. And do I feel a certain way about it is your question?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do. But at the same time, I'm also aware of who her mother was and how far away from that tree that particular fruit has fallen. You know, she's not a level-headed individual. She runs hot just like her mom. At the same time, she doesn't have 27 felonies. She's not on any list. She's, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she's not a bad girl. She just, you know, she does stupid things sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I get it. Let me see. Here, I'm going to tap back in this video real quick. Did you actually catch the video?
Yeah, I've been watching all but about 3 minutes of it.
About 3 minutes here. I'm going to take it back just a little bit.
Okay.
Now, let me know if you want me to stop it anywhere. But I'm going to go ahead and run through it.
She clearly says she loves her husband who was killed just last night, but tonight her plea is to her son who is accused of murder and on the run. She says she wants him to turn himself in. Now, we just talked with her minutes ago. Take a listen.
Please turn yourself in. This is the ultimate breaking for me. And I cannot. I said I couldn't lose another child. And I lost my husband. And now I really can't lose another child. David loved you. He loved me. He loved Kennedy, and he loved his family. He loved like you guys were his own. So if you see this, or if anybody sees this who has any information or who can contact Jaden, please let him know that I love him.
Man, I don't think that he coming home at all. Listen,
Well, even
that
if he
brother
comes
is-
home, he'll be locked
he's
up
gone
immediately.
somewhere. Like that is true. Man, listen. I do not advocate or support what this young brother did. But if I were him, I definitely would not be taking my ass back home. Period. They gonna have to find me. I took off running for a reason. All I know. And
True.
So listen, look. Tell me this, right? Whenever you see ninjas with this type of hair that he has, like, don't you often see, like, anytime that you see a mugshot of a black person, 9 times out of 10, don't they have this type of hairstyle?
I mean, I don't know about 9 times out of 10, but yeah,
Okay, 8
typically
times.
there's some
8
kind of
times.
lock, there's some kind of twist, there's some kind of braid or cornrow or something along those lines. Does it mean anything? I'll tell you one thing it absolutely means. There is at least one woman in that man's life that cares about his head.
Yeah, because, like, they always look nice, huh?
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously there's somebody's doing it. You reckon they homies are all sitting around at the drug den and trap house doing each other's braids?
Nah.
Dude, that sounds funny to me, man.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Bro, like, whenever I see this type of hairstyle on most people, my mind automatically goes to criminal. Like that's just what I think. Now, maybe I've seen too many or whatever, right? Cop TV shows. Like, I follow these, like, or whatever, right? Facebook or whatever, right? Mugshot or your groups and shit like that. And anytime that I see ninjas with this hair, it's always has crime somewhere to do with it somewhere. Somehow, some way, and it is always a violent crime. Like, always. Like, it's like assault with a deadly weapon, first degree murder, robbery. Like, it's always some shit whenever I see people with this type of hair. And then
I need to
was watching-
digress for a moment, sir. Welcome in, Marcy Fox. Popping in to show the love. I appreciate it. Do me one
somebody
favor
came in.
while you're here. Share out this stream. That's the only way
yeah.
you can be a superhero.
Yeah, what's up, Marcy Fox? Marcy Fox, I appreciate you coming through. What, Kev, you don't like twists, you wildin'. So I used to love them.
They look
I
fine.
used to love the twists. I used to love them. But then once I started seeing all these ninjas get locked up and going to jail and shit, with this same hairdo, I was like, oh hell no. There's something about this hair that just don't fit right with me. It just don't sit right with me. These niggas are criminals. And matter of fact, this ninja right here that is on your camera, that is on your computer screen or whatever, he had deleted his stepfather. I don't know, man. I can't.
Don't you gotta wonder what's behind all that though? I mean, it's I don't know, dude. Yeah, when kids get between 12 and 17, there comes a point where they got to have that chip knocked off their shoulder. And I wonder what it was that happened before this that triggered this. Yeah. Just curious. Because you never know. Maybe it was a justified homicide. You don't know until you talk to the perpetrator or the family of the victims.
And you know what? Like that actually, like, you might be on to something. You might be on to something. Like, just like Marcy Fox said, I'm going to pull it up. Said, was his stepdad a dick? Ha 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 ha. Sorry, he's just saying. I mean, we don't know the full details yet. We don't know.
We have no idea.
Yeah. Now, I could say this, though. I could have been accused of this before. So, when I was a child, my mom was dating this guy who I absolutely fucking hated, bro. As a matter of fact, I still hate this nigga. To this day, I do not like this nigga at all. If I see his old ass today, look, it's going down. It's going down. But I legitimately had thought about like deleting this dude. Like for real. Like, so if that was the case, then I kind of understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude had did so much stuff to me and my family. Like, I really hated this nigga. So I don't know. You know, it could be justified. Matter of fact, let's just finish the video. Maybe it might come up. Let's see.
Now, Newton County deputies confirmed both Gay and Daniel lived in the same house together on Avery Drive in Covington. Deputies say Daniel opened fire on his stepfather last night, then fled the scene in his stepfather's Cadillac Escalade. Now,
damn, he stole his car too? Damn.
They found that Escalade at a nearby park, Denny Dobbs Park, but Daniel was nowhere to be found. Now, his mom says after losing one son last year to murder and gun violence, and that was Kendarius Spear, and a husband just last night to gun violence, David Gay, she says she does not want to lose another family member. Now, Mrs. Gay says she was not at home and she does not know what happened. We will have much more of her interview tonight at 6. Reporting live in Newton County, Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
Wow, I can only imagine what this all must feel like for this mother. Angelique, thanks.
All right, so I'll be honest with you. This is what I think happened. Okay. I think that stepdaddy came in and he was trying to lay down some rules. Some, teenage boys, you know how we can get. This nigga is not my daddy. He said, don't go outside, or I don't want them boys hanging outside of my house type shit. Dude had probably got upset. I've been in this situation plenty of times. And yes, I know that everybody is not like me, but I've seen this happen with a lot of people. I don't want them boys inside my house. Man, you know what? This nigga be tripping, man. And all type of shit. That is what I think had happened. The boy had started tripping, got mad at his stepdaddy, pulled out a gun and shot him. Something along those lines. What do you think?
This brings up a question, though. Most teenagers can't just wander outside and go find themselves a firearm. Was it the father's firearm, the mother's firearm, grandfather, uncle, aunt, neighbors? Who? Stepdads? I mean,
yeah, that is
this is a question that needs to be answered. Not specifically to find out who to charge on leaving their gun unattended, but rather because if it was the stepdad's, that's one thing. But if he got it through some other means, that's a whole nother ballgame. That implies a level of premeditation and preparation and stuff like that, you know. Now, just walk into a room, pick it up, and go katow, that's one thing. But to go to somebody and say, hey, I need this, and get it, bring it home, keep it secret until you time to use it, and then plan your escape, that's a different level of premeditation.
Right. Damn. They said he had a brother that died of gun violence too. So they didn't say how the other brother had died. She just said that she had lost a child before. So we don't know. But I'm going to follow that case for sure because I want to know what happened in that situation. But I'm betting you that it was probably that though. Stepdaddy had started tripping. He was trying to lay down some rules. Son didn't like it. Pow pow. But you did bring up something interesting though. Where did he get this gun from? You know, it could have been the step parents.
I mean, that would be my guess, most likely. You know, looking at the mother, I'm not. I mean, you read people when you see them, you can't help it.
Is that
No, it's the way she
I'm
talks.
joking.
I'm almost certain she's a liberal. I just don't see her being a card carrying, gun toting NRA member. She doesn't look the part. And it's not the black; it's the enunciation and the fact that she appears to be college educated just on her speaking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
just guessing.
Yeah. I mean, it is a sad story. A sad story. Like I hate seeing people die for no reason. Well, as far as we know, it's for no reason. I guess. I just don't like stupid shit. You know what I mean? Like I can't rock with it, man.
I agree 100%. That's pretty much where I draw the line. Outlandish, I can deal with. Over the top is sometimes acceptable. But when you are willfully ignorant and stupid with no effort to try to improve your stance in the situation, I cut all ties and just leave it where it's at. Whatever's going on, y'all can have fun with it. I'm out.
Yo, and I'm actually glad that you said that because that kind of like leads into my next topic with black fatigue.
I have an interesting opinion on that as well. Yeah. I'll get there.
Yeah. Okay. So first, matter of fact, okay. So I'm not gonna pull the video up yet, but I want to say this about black fatigue. Right. I've had black fatigue for a very, very, very long time. I've been talking about this for years. I mean, I've been talking to family members about it. I've been talking to anybody that would listen. And my people, like the people of the melanin, black people, anytime that you call out anything that we do that is not, how can I say it? That is not right, right? You get called names. You get called a coon. You get called no. They say that you hate yourself or you want to be white. You want some type of white acceptance. And to me personally, I don't think that white people are all that cool enough for me to even want to be white. You know what I'm saying? I just look at white people just like they're human beings.
Well, I can't dance and I can't dunk. Yeah, and right. I can't run to save my life. I can't hide in the dark. And I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah. Like I just don't I don't get it. You know, but it's like, am I tired of black people? No. I love black people. I'm tired of niggas. That's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of niggas. I'm tired of nigga shit. I'm tired of niggas voting Democrat. I'm tired of niggas saying that every white person is racist. I'm tired of niggas blaming everything on white people. I'm tired of niggas not taking any type of accountability for their actions. That is what I'm tired of. I'm tired of walking into Walmart and seeing niggas ass out in Walmart. It's fucking kids in there. And you got your cheeks out. Now, there was a point in time in my life where I wouldn't have minded so much walking into Walmart and seeing some ass cheeks. But now, as a 34-year-old man, and I have children and shit like that, I don't want to see that shit whenever I go into the damn whenever I go into the fucking grocery store. I just don't want to see it. I came in here to buy my eggs and get out. I did not come in here to see your ass. You know, I just don't. I don't know why the fact that if somebody says, hey man, you know what? Like, we need to stop gang banging. We need to stop stealing from our people. We need to stop arguing with the fucking police so much. Who would have thought that you would get so much backlash from that? Doesn't that sound like regular shit that people should do anyway? Let's stop killing each other. You hate yourself. Nigga, what?
I do not understand it.
Yeah,
I don't.
like, bro, dude, I've
have
got into so many arguments with people because I just said, hey, we need to stop gang banging and we need to start having some more babies. You hate your mother, don't you? What the fuck are you talking about? But go ahead, bro.
So I'm hearing, all right, so there's a definition for black fatigue that doesn't actually fit what it's being used to represent in the modern parlance. Okay. Typically, or rather historically, I'm going to paraphrase here, but it was the fatigue that black people feel because of the tiny microaggressions that take place throughout the day of everyday daily life, so that they eventually become, despondent, what'd you call it, bitter, become bitter about it. And it's I don't know. I never liked that definition. The definition that you're going with seems to make more sense to me. But I'm still entirely 100% certain that we're defining the right thing, because it's not just that. It goes across the entire political spectrum, in that people are tired of victimhood status, regardless of where that victimhood lies. When you pop up and you go, well, I am a white, demisexual, transgender, neurodivergent, you make all these little boxes that you put yourself in, and then you tally up your victimhood points and compare it to everybody else like it's a Magic the Gathering game. That's not life, bro. That's not you. You're not that thing. And furthermore, you don't get to identify yourself.
Thanks.
Other people typically identify you before you ever meet them. Oh, I got this buddy named John. I mean, he's wild as all get out, but he's a good bloke. He's a good guy. You just got to get to know him a little bit. He's a little rough on the outside. You've heard it. You don't identify it. Then they show up and say, hi, my name's Sarah, and I've been a woman for 4 days. And it's like, oh, yeah, my bad, dude. This is Sarah.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Okay, so you've added some victimhood points to your stack. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's not going to work anymore. No one cares. They don't care about the whining. Most people I know don't care about being called racist anymore. They don't even acknowledge it in the conversation. They just skip right over the top of it.
Yep.
Yeah. If you engage with it, you can, as a Caucasian Sasquatch, if you engage with it, it's a no-win game. If you agree to any point in particular, they will prove that you are racist. And if you disagree with all of the points, you will be a racist. It just depends on whether you voted Trump or Kamala, whether you voted red or blue. Do you live in Georgia or New York? You're not racist if you live in New York, but if you live in Georgia, you're automatically racist. It's weird, man. It's just propaganda tactics being used by both sides against each other. The difference is, on one side, everybody gets their own little box and their own little participation trophy for being just such a perfect type of victim that we were looking for. And on the other side, you just get screwed by the government, which is true for both sides. But at least we admit it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's almost kind of like what you said. If you disagree, you are racist. If you do this, then you're racist. There's no winning in this situation. Whenever it comes to black folks and white folks, it don't matter what you do. Listen, look, Donald Trump could give niggas reparations tomorrow. and niggas would still call him a racist, how he's a piece of shit.
Well,
Like there's no winning in this situation.
historically, he regularly offers these really wild loans to small business owners when he comes across them and traveling. Like I can't remember the specific guy, but he had like a little corner cart making freaking donuts in a little fry cart, right? And he'd show up in various places in like St. Louis or something. And one day, Trump happened to be traveling through back, it was late 90s, early 2000s, and he saw the donut cart, stopped and got him some donuts. And apparently he liked them a lot because he sent a guy back to talk to him and was like, hey, we can set you up with a factory, give you a really nice loan. You pay me back in 5 years and won't even be a problem. I think it was $20,000 if I remember right. Homeboy came back to pay him back, and Trump gave him the money back, wrote off the loan, and said, you make excellent products and I hope to eat more in the future.
That's awesome.
And he does that type of stuff and never mentions it. The only reason I know about this is because I happened to see a podcast where this guy was talking like, y'all just don't understand. The man sheds money and brilliant ideas like rainwater. And that's not me saying, that's him. You know, he was like, he's a force to be reckoned with. This was 15 years ago that this podcast was done. I probably couldn't even find it today.
Yeah, man, I've heard so many good stories about Donald Trump doing so many things to help so many people. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, you know, back in like 2015, 20 and 2016, I kind of like have fell into the whole, you know, it's like Donald Trump's a racist too, like, and all this other stupid shit. But you know what really had made me wake up?
Was it the very fine people hoax?
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. Even though that was a hoax, I still had thought that Donald Trump, that he was a racist and a bad person and also the bullshit. But one day I was at home cleaning up, and I wasn't like paying attention to the whatever TV really, right? But I had the TV on I think it was CNN. And I was just sweeping, and I was just like sweeping and mopping and stuff like that. And so Donald Trump was on TV giving out a speech about something. I can't even remember. But you know how after they give their speech and stuff like that, like the free commentators come on, and they start talking about what was said and shit like that, right? So everything that they said that Donald Trump said, he didn't say. And that is what had got me started on hold on, wait. Something just doesn't seem right here. So, and then I started doing my own research because all I would watch is just CNN and shit. You know what I mean? Just CNN, ABC News, MSNBC, and shit like that. So once I started looking up my own information and started finding out things about Donald Trump, I was like, yo, this dude is nothing like what they said he was or is. And I'm like, bro, this dude is damn near, I don't want to say amazing, but it's the amount of good stories and things that you can find out about Donald Trump coming from people of all races. How Donald Trump had helped me do this. Donald Trump had helped me do this and that. He did all this stuff for all these people, but nobody's talking about this shit, which is insane. The only thing that they can say is that he is Hitler. Or, hold on, wait, the mustache dude, my bad.
Yeah, mustache man. Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying is he never did any of those things for the clout. He didn't do it because he wanted people to know about it. In fact, some of these people had to sign NDAs so that they wouldn't say anything about how they got their loan, where they got it from. And it's not, and here's the reason why I'm not a Trump supporter. First of all, I am an anti-Democrat. Same. There are two sides to this coin. Well, no, I support the things Trump has done. I don't like the idea that he's Trump. I can't help that. I mean, he's Trump. That's just the way that is. How we ended up in a position where an actor and a wrestling star ended up being president. I kind of feel like I'm in the middle of an idiocracy, but that being beside the point, I appreciate his fiscal policies. I like the fact that he has policies to talk about, and that's amazing to me. But what made me decide to support Trump was this. Every 3-letter agency on earth tried to dig up dirt on that man and failed. And every 3 8-letter agency on earth tried to cover up for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and failed. So which side do you trust on that one?
Oh yeah, Trump all day long.
all day long.
All day long.
Teflon Don stands. They can't even put a bullet in him. Like, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to go with the winner here.
Yeah, that's a fact. What's up, Scotties? But yeah, man, like, yo, Donald Trump is like, I was so in shock whenever I was finding out the stuff that I was finding out. I didn't even know that Donald Trump, that he had paid for Jesse Jackson's presidential campaign. Like, he had put up the money for that shit.
Dude,
I had
Donald Trump
idea.
was a Democrat. He was a New York City Democrat who got snubbed by the Democrat Party. Said, well, screw it, I'll run for the Republicans. Everybody laughed at him because he's running on mid-90s liberal policies. He's running on exactly the same platform Bill Clinton won on.
Wow.
Think about that. I mean, compare it note for note. It is exact. Nancy Pelosi once gave a speech, I think it was in 93. She gave a speech that could have verbatim been said by Trump last week.
Yeah.
So it's mid-90s liberal policy for the win, which I guess we're 20 years on now, 40 years on now. You know, is that conservative now?
So now we witnessed a party switch. Like, we're alive.
Is it a switch? No. It's not a switch. No, the old conservative, the old guard conservatives are essentially gone. Most of them have been subsumed by MAGA on some level or another. Whereas you have the neocons and the rhinos over here who are losing their freaking minds because it's Trump, you know. And then there is a third box that now exists that didn't previously exist, that are typically Democrat voters who refuse to vote for the madness that was taking place over the past 4 years and instead voted for Trump. They're not MAGA. They're not Republicans. They're not conservatives. Yeah. They don't fit in the dynamics of the polls and stuff. And so when they do these polls, they're saying, oh, so Democrats do this, Republicans say that, you know. These people, they don't take those polls. These are the silent majority that you need to win elections. They don't do it.
Yeah, bro, I think that the Democrats just have pushed people so far. Like, bro, it's like, bro, there's only so much of this bullshit that we can take. Like, whenever they started talking about men and shit playing inside of women's sports, I was like, oh, man, listen, these people have lost their fucking mind, bro. They have lost their damn mind. And then, and I think that another big thing was that whole, like, open border situation.
Yeah, no, that's a big one. That is. And the issue is not so much, and the other side conflates this point. They will use the term immigrant to represent everyone.
Yep.
Whereas you have legal immigrants and illegal immigrants, and no one has a problem. No one anywhere has a problem with legal immigrants.
Facts.
Unless they're white. Why that is, I don't know. But apparently that's an issue. If you're a white refugee, you're not a refugee. I don't know where that comes from, but dude, insane. It's beautiful. It's beautiful though. Think about it. Homie went to South Africa, had a conversation with an obvious dictator who's trying to exterminate a certain particular people, the Boers to be specific. And his response was to say, if you can make it to the embassy, you can claim refugee status and we'll take you to the U.S. We will accept y'all. I'm not sure I agree with the front of the line status that they got and whatnot. I mean, that's open for discussion in my opinion, but whether or not it was the right thing to do, it's definitely the right thing to do. Had he been visiting the Democratic of the Congo or some other, Haiti for that matter, which is another one I can make an argument for, because they can actually come to our shores legally and attain refugee status if they do it correctly. Wow, yeah. Right? Because you can only go certain number of countries, ports, before you have to claim refugee status in that nation, right?
Yeah.
So Haitians can come here. South Africans can't. That would be a more difficult thing to try to explain how they get refugee status. But when the president of the United States comes in and goes, look, go apply at the embassy. We'll take a look at it, see what we can do. Mm-hmm. And you've got 20,000 people at a political rally screaming, kill the Boer.
Yeah.
That's a refugee status. I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I still have a hard time talking to liberals and stuff when it comes to policies. Whenever I hear people advocate for the borders being wide open, it's almost hard to even take these people seriously at all. Like, it's like, bro, like, are you serious? Like, let's just leave it open and let's just let anybody come in. Are you a fucking idiot? Are you?
No,
like,
I agree. They're just doing it wrong. Yeah, we need a manifest destiny too. We enfranchise the rest of the world through the Constitution and a little bit of force.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. That way you can have your open borders and we don't have a problem with it. Mm-hmm. But what we can't have are these globalist oligarchs popping in, taking over our spaces and saying, oh, well, your rights don't matter in the rest of the world, so they don't matter on this platform. Like YouTube. YouTube is not a free speech platform.
Not at all.
And this is what I say anytime I get one of those trolls that come in and going, oh, you're censoring speech or whatever. Okay, yes, I am. I'm gatekeeping my space. I'm gatekeeping it from idiots that would take my voice away by nuking my channel from orbit, by coming in and dropping hard R's, and by coming in and saying the F word, and by coming in and doing the things that you know are against terms of service. They will remove my channel, my monetization, my ability to grift for the funds, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They'll take all of that away, and it's just by saying words and then telling you that you're the butthole because you won't let them say that words. And no, gatekeep it, bro. You mod a few people that you trust very, very closely.
Yeah.
No one else.
Yeah.
And until you hit 5, 6, 7,000 subscribers, you shouldn't have to worry about it. You get 2 or 3 good mods and you'll be fine.
Okay.
It's a real weird circumstance. Take Twitter. Most of the world has Twitter. Every major news organization in every major country utilizes X as its conversation point. That's the communal square of the modern era. However, 90% of those people are not only not Americans, they have no basis of American thought.
Right.
So only one small piece of the people on X would be, pro Second Amendment, pro First Amendment, would even understand what the amendments are and what they actually represent, because their constitutions do totally different stuff and don't have the hard and fast law of the land of our Constitution.
Yeah, I get it. I just think that most of these people are fucking idiots, man. I mean, see, that's another thing. I'm glad that you said that about the F word and stuff, right? Because I am about to start going live a whole lot more, dude. Because I be thinking of so many more topics and all type of stuff, but I think that I need to watch the F word, bro. Because
okay, so you are of the melanated variety. You can get away with the hard R if you want to. However, if I say it once, my channel is nuked from orbit.
Oh wow!
I'll catch a strike that I can't wipe off. Yeah. And I've had a couple of issues with people who don't cam up saying it on my channel and me getting warnings and stuff about it, but it hasn't ever been a real problem. But then again, I gatekeep my channel religiously. I am a retired troll. I used to nuke channels for fun. I did this because I was on every drug known to man and very unhappy with myself. When I got clean and I actually got my thoughts together in the same skull, I decided all of the stuff I was doing was evil, even if I did have a reason for it. And I could give you a big, long, beautiful story about how I was doing God's work or something, but it was all trash. It was all BS. It was the drugs talking. It was my self-hatred talking. Right. And That being said, when I started my channel, I realized there are people who didn't have that experience. They don't recognize trolls when they see it. There are people I call panel chillers and panel killers, right? A panel chiller is a person who comes on and dominates the conversation in a way that is antithetical to the topic, right? They either talk about themselves or what they're doing or how they do it or whatever. And then there's other people who come in and they just scream over everyone else and just ruin a conversation with no real direction in and of itself. Those are panel killers. Both of them are gone. I don't like you got one try on my panel, which I use Sasquatch Shields, the show I was talking about bringing you on. I use that to filter people that I'm willing to let up on my panel. So you kind of have to have a little bit of experience in the panel verse and a little bit of doing behind you before I let you up. That keeps a lot of the P-bombers and the people who just come in and scream hard R at you and whatnot. I mean, that kind of stuff to a minimum. But I get a lot of flack for it. And sometimes I do have 5 or 6 different corns running in my little cameras in StreamYard that I won't bring up. You're muted, bro.
Yeah, my bad. But that is good to know though, because once I start getting like a few more subscribers or whatever, like right now I'm only sitting at about like 90. You know what I mean? But once I start getting a few more subs, like, and I start going live a little bit more, like, and I start noticing just like people who really like come in and just like, you know, chop it up with me and stuff like that, I'll start doing mods and stuff, and you know, just start.
I figure once you get about 20 people in chat, you need to have at least 1 or 2 mods that are solid. That will probably take modding 4 or 5 people to have, but it's no more difficult to unmod someone as it is to mod. And I have a policy, and it's real easy. It lets me get great mods, and I don't really have to work at it. I interview individual creators. I bring them in and explain to my viewers why it is that I brought this individual in. And then we talk about your channel, your content, what you've got planned, what you want to do with it. What's your brand? What are your other contacts? How, you know, if somebody wants to collaborate with you, how do they get in touch with you? The whole nine. You got any Cash App links, anything like that? We'll drop them in chat. We'll get them pinned up over there.
Oh, heck yeah.
And then after the show, and this is actually where I've actually been able to blow up a little bit. While we're doing the show, you're modded in my chat. If you go ham, you get unmodded. It's no hair off my back. You know, if you drop your link and your donation links and your other stuff, that's what it's there for. That's why you get that mod. As long as you don't do anything wacky, you'll keep it for months, maybe until I get to a point where I have to unmod some people because I've got more people coming in for shows. And then the after show I do is called Sasquatch After Dark. And usually I'll pull up a pint, start drinking, and we'll get a little more wild. But even those panels are all previous guest preferred. I've got 240 creators, 300 creators in my backlog. And if any of them want to come up and give an update to their channel or come ask a particular question, or they're having sound problems or technical issues, or maybe they caught a strike and they don't understand why, we'll sit down and look at it, talk about it, and maybe one of us will be able to solve it or explain it or something. Because we're all doing something that's not intended. We are running a channel single-handedly. There ain't nobody running around carrying my camera. Nobody writes my scripts. Nobody scripts my jokes. Nobody pre-reads anything that I do or say. So I'm doing it all by myself with zero help. I'm sure you are, and most other panel people are doing that too. Most successful channels on YouTube operate with teams. They have teams of people. They might have 5, 6, 7 different creators operating on the same channel and them splitting the profit from it, right? That's not abnormal. On the other hand, the way I do it, I am in a fairly comfortable position. I'm not out here trying to grow a brand that turns into something or whatever. I don't know. I want better content. I want to watch better videos. I want better topics. I want better moderators. I want better debates. I want better sound.
Yeah,
I got into this sphere and beat my head against this thing when I was 43. And I've been doing it for going on 5, 6 years now. So yeah, it's not something you're supposed to do by yourself, bro. You're supposed to get in this field, meet a few people, put together a little bit of a stable, and y'all work together to improve each other's channels. But that's not what happens in the panelverse. In the panelverse, you show up on a panel, and what was it you said? They call you a coon,
Yeah.
and they call me a honky. They call me a cracker.
Yep.
And
all that.
and if I'm a racist, I'm probably the worst racist you ever saw, bro. Like I'm after the content. I'm after your ideas, your brain, the way you speak, the fact that you have topics that make sense and aren't just plucked out of the madness tree. That's it. That's all I want. Good content. Do that. You paid me. I'll help you try to do anything you want to do. As long as it's legal in most countries.
Yeah, right. Hell yeah, bro. I like that too. Because so before I started getting on YouTube and stuff like that, like I used to just kind of like go around and just like look at everybody's just kind of like panels and stuff, right? Like, and I wouldn't even join their panels. Like I would just kind of just like, just like watching like the background. Like, and I would just like take notes, it's like, oh man, like this dude really not talking about shit. Like he don't know nothing about he don't know nothing about what he's actually talking about or any of that. Like, so I just would take notes just from this person and this person and this person. And now I am really about to start just kind of like putting it all together and about to really try and like do something big. My main thing right now is just consistency, because I'll be having like some really, really good live streams. Like, I don't know how much of me that you have actually watched, like, but I think that they're really good live streams. You know what I mean?
Totally honest, complete above board, full disclosure. I met you on a panel the other day. Was it a OTW or Flow State? Where was I?
I think it was, I don't know, was it Reslin? Was it Reslin?
Might be Resla, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Resla's a previous guest. Powdered Dusty's a previous guest. The Raging Tomato. I've hosted a bunch of people who didn't do anything, and then a bunch of other people who have done things. So, I'm actually Powdered Dusty's producer.
Oh, really?
Resla hosted him, and he was one of the more interesting, because he has more of a plan than almost any YouTuber I've talked to as far as how he's got it scheduled out for his future.
Damn, wow.
Yeah. It's impressive. Once I actually got a couple of shots into him, he started actually talking to me, and that man's got a plan, and I don't think anybody's gonna shake him from it. So that's good.
Sure. Hey, and the thing about Resla too, because I am like new to Resla's channel, and as a matter of fact, like the day that me and you had met, that was my first time being on his panel, right? Like, but you can tell that he's actually a really, really smart dude. Like, he's a really smart guy. Like you can
not
tell.
Just smart, he's well read.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like he might say like some crazy shit every once in a while, but a lot of it actually makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. A whole lot of sense. Let's see. Dusty is live right now.
He thinks about he is.
Dusty. Maybe I need to check.
Powdered that he used to be Flow
okay.
State. When Flow State, the channel, got demonetized, I was his producer, and he's like, "Well, what do I do?" I said, "Start a new channel." And he's like, "Man, that's so much work." I said, "You've already got a channel with 4,000 subscribers. Yeah. All you got to do is transfer over your live viewers. The rest of those subscribers really don't matter to you."
Yeah, absolutely. As long as you got your main, your main core.
Well, in his case, at the time, he had a job he didn't like. He was having to work a whole bunch of hours, and it just really wasn't working well for him and his channel, right? When he established a new channel, he put up a little bit of resistance for transferring everything over to the new channel, because he's like, well, it's not monetized. How am I? I'm like, dude, you already know how to monetize a channel. You know what killed the other channel. Don't let that happen. And he was like, okay. And then we went basically hardcore into setting up the lives on one, doing the transfer, mid live stream, redirecting everybody into the right places and stuff. And it's worked out. He's broke 1,000. He's monetized. He's getting his view time, his super chats, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
And I don't get a dime from none of that, by the way. I don't get paid.
Dang, for real. And like, and that's another thing too. I'm trying to stop saying like so damn much. I noticed that whenever I got on YouTube and I would watch myself back, I'm like, yo, I say like.
It is called a placeholder. It's like some people saying or or do you hear me, or what is it? Literally.
Yeah,
that's mine. I have a tendency of saying the word literally. I have physically trained my mouth to refuse to say that word. I have to stop and prepare to say it because I said it so much. And somebody called me on it one day and I went,
yeah,
wow, they're right.
Yeah.
So now I just say e, oo, any vowel will do.
Yeah, absolutely, right. And my thing is this too, because I stutter, right? Like, so I got a whole, like, matter of fact, hey, look, I'll play it for you real quick. I'll be like, this is my little drop.
I used to.
Like that. Whatever, like, but
mine was the T's. I'd
really?
get stuck on a T. I'd get in the middle of a sentence, and when I got to the T, it would just go and I couldn't get past it. And that was up until I was 8 or 9. And then I did this in my head. I sing what I'm going to say, which is part of the reason why when I'm speaking, it almost sounds lyrical sometimes. It'll rhyme. The rhyme, the meter will, the beat of what I say will actually kind of, you know, I can't sing to save my life, but I can trick my brain to not stutter.
Yeah. Well, lucky you, fucker, because I mean, I can do it. I can speak, but for me, it is the W's. If I'm talking really, really fast, as soon as I hear a W, or if, let's say, if there's like an I'll wait or I won't or something like that, that is what usually gets me. It's like the.
How about a Wascowee Wabbit?
Well, see.
I'm sorry, dude. I couldn't resist.
Yeah, like, but the W's get me, bro. It's like the W's, the S's sometimes, and the T's sometimes. But the one that is the most consistent is the W's. What, where, who, you know, stuff like that. Let me see that comment. You can sing Caucasian, and you have done amazing shows of song.
All right. So when I get drunk, sometimes I'll sing. There are a very few number of songs that I can sing. Like, I can do a pretty decent, I mean, I have a deep voice, so I can do a fairly decent Johnny Cash. There's a handful of people that I can reproduce to an extent. Like, for instance, I do voices. One of the things that I do to try to facilitate people doing better content is I'll do, like, I guess you'd call it ad reads, but it's just lines. I got this one channel that I hosted called Scully Pop. Yeah, Scully Pop. He does, he writes scripts, and then we'll bring together a bunch of different voice actors to do the voices of the characters in the scripts.
Yeah.
Then he'll take the voices, go back, re-edit them down, remaster whatever he needs to, and then do some visuals with AI or whatnot and upload that as a video later. I love it. It's great. He does really wild stuff too. Like, he did the Shawshank Redemption. He got Grok to write the Shawshank Redemption as if it was written by Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, wow.
And that was great.
Yeah.
It was great. We did the Wizard of Oz. We've done Peter Pan. We've done a couple of dozen things. Recently, he's been doing these crossover mixes where it's like James Bond meets Sherlock Holmes. And of course, you know, I'm James Bond. And I'll be the bad guy named Moran. You know, of course, I'll say, boy, sometimes, boy, you gotta know exactly what it is you're going for. You know, it's just voices. And this is the funny thing. When I started my channel, I had no idea that I did voices. Somebody asked me if I would do an ad read as what was it? Alex Jones because they're turning all the freaking frogs gay.
Bro, you sound just like Alex Jones.
They asked me to do something. Yeah. They paid me to do a read as Alex Jones, that he was going to this barbecue place or whatever. Anyway, and I was like, okay, fine. I did it. But my brother shows up over here, and I looked at him. I was like, dude, I was just offered some money to do a read. He's like, do you want me to hold the mic? What do you need? I was like, no, dude, I'm just saying. They want me to do Alex Jones, and I'm not sure I can do it. And he went, wait, what? I was like, I don't really do voices. He's like, you've got hundreds of voices. You're better than Mel Blanc, dude. Like, he started naming off characters, and I went, I can't do that. He said, yes, you can. Try to talk like him. And it just popped out.
Yeah.
Just popped out. And then I realized, wait a second, I do have a lot of voices. So I leaned into the narration and that voice acting concept a little bit, and that's worked out a little bit. So it's a matter of finding where you fit. You might not succeed doing exactly the thing you want to do.
Yeah.
You might wake up tomorrow and do a little live stream while you're walking your dog and get 1 million views on that. You never know.
Yeah, facts, right? Like, see, I need to start, because I be just out like doing stuff. And I'm like, man, you know what? Maybe I should go live right now. Because I be going for walks, like, and I just be like thinking about certain stuff. I'm like, man, you know what? This would be a really, really good topic. Like, so maybe I will start actually doing stuff like that.
I got a suggestion. If it's like that, there is a dead channel out there called The Carnal Conservative. He did it doesn't exist anymore. You can't even go look at it. It got nuked from orbit. He used to do this stream of consciousness. Actually, you can find some of them on some of my early shows. I used him for my intro monologue for a couple of years. And what he would do is take some, and I don't know how he picked them. I don't know where he came up with it. I just stumbled across his channel and started hijacking his content because it was topical for the most part. And he only had like 25 subscribers, so who would notice? And he came and got in touch with me and was like, hey, why are you using my content? Because I like it. Can you come on the show? And he was like, sure. And we actually became friends. And then when his channel got nuked, he did something completely different. But what I'm talking to you about is that stream of consciousness discussion where there's no interruptions from anyone else and you're just vocally thinking through whatever topic, problem, progress, whatever it is your topic is. You start at the base, build your basic premise, and then conclude with whatever. Most of the videos would end up being around 4 or 5 minutes long. You don't need anything except for your voice. You can throw up an avatar on your screen and just let it go because you want it to move on the topic itself, on the vocalizations, on what you have to say about it. It won't go big, but it will give you a foundation of speaking directly to points and concepts without interruption, so that when you have interruption, it doesn't necessarily break your train of thought. You've already thought it through.
Okay.
In fact, he was on Raging Tomato the other night. I've been begging him to get up there and talk to those guys for years. And I mean, 5 years. I'm not joking. And he finally took my advice. He went up on the panel. He did the thing for a little while, and he's a little bit too polite for most panelverse, right?
Yeah.
He won't insert and interject himself. I'll talk over you every now and then because I've become a cad, bit brash. It's just a byproduct of the panelverse.
Yeah, I feel you.
I gotta go grab a beverage, dude. Be right back.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Multiple personality disorder. That's what it's called. That's funny. Give me a second, y'all. I can tell you lying because I know you bang. That is. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and throw that on real quick because y'all know your boy. Why you lying to me? Stutter, 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 stutter. In fact, I'm gonna play it one more time. Always stutter.
Well, I was always so terribly embarrassed by my stutter
Really?
because it only happened like I could sit and talk to you for an hour, wouldn't stutter a bit, and then somebody or something would happen to make me self-aware of the fact that I'm talking, and the next thing you know, it's over there. And I'd turn bright red, just shut up, stop talking.
I know exactly what you mean, bro. But bro, I used to be like terrified of talking to people and stuff like that sometimes. Like I used to like I would be wanting to comment on certain things and stuff, like, but I just wouldn't even say nothing because I'm like, man, I'm just gonna end up stuttering this whole damn time, like, so I'm not even gonna say nothing. But as I've gotten older, I really don't care as much if people think that I stutter or if they think that it's funny or something like that. I just say whatever the hell I want, you know? And honestly, I've gotten a lot better at it. I've taken like speech classes before and stuff like that because I used to stutter like terribly bad, bro. Like it was so bad. Like I used to do like this whenever I wanted to say something. I'm like,
Is it really like that, or is it like something else? Like I'm just pointing it out, bro.
oh, I said like.
Yeah, you said like seven times. Like
Damn, for real, I did. Yeah, bro. See,
you just have to become aware of it. The problem is with a stutter, once you become aware of it, you're suddenly aware of yourself talking, and that's part of what triggers the stutter. That's an issue. Something I've learned from the Panelverse, and I did not do this on purpose. It just happened.
yeah,
I've always been a very brash, very direct, not exactly charming guy. I was a construction worker. I didn't have to talk well.
yeah,
I read everything. I remember most of it. So I can speak intelligently on most subjects, but if there's something I just don't know, I'll just tell you I don't know anything about that. Like economics. I missed economics somehow. I just don't understand it at all. I've never read anything about it. I have no basis upon which to make decisions. And so all I have is experience. But what I learned from the Panelverse, talking to all these people who hate me and keeping my cool and not doing the thing, you know what I mean? Not going in for the kill and being that guy, but being the nice guy and letting them get their say out and then counterpointing them with a logical, position or whatever.
yeah.
I went out, I'm out with my brother about 2 months ago, and we walked into a convenience store, and there are two people arguing with the two people behind the counter. And I walked up to the counter with my stuff, and they're yelling back and forth, and it's starting to get a little bit chimpy in here, if you get what I'm saying. Fixing to come to blows. And I, with no thought, no consideration, one of them said something, and I asked him a question, which made the other guy laugh. And once he laughed, this dude laughed, and then everybody started laughing. Everything calmed down. They paid, walked out. I paid, walked out. And my brother looked at me. He said, "Where in the hell did that come from?"
Wow.
I said, "What? You just settled that whole thing with a single phrase." I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." They were arguing because they misunderstood each other, and that's all. I just clarified what he said, and that clarified everything. It was kind of silly in the first place. Everybody was having their ego running wild, and something that truth has a tendency to do is tamping down the ego. You can't deny truth when it's said. You can vocalize against it, but that's not necessarily a denial. Your face will tell the truth.
Absolutely. It always will, man. So like you said about the whole panel thing, right? Like how you will be like the nice guy and shit like that. I'm the complete opposite.
Oh, I'm nice. I'm just an absolute savage. I have a mantra, a policy. I surround myself with savages and then rise to the occasion. I'm nice as you can get. I'm from Georgia. I'm very courteous.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. But where courtesy is given, I will give it back. And it's free. It don't cost nothing. It's no hair off my back. It's not a problem. When you become discourteous, I was a construction worker for 20 years, bro. I can get very discourteous.
Oh yeah. I definitely get it. Yo, man, listen. I'm like this. If you come for me, I am on you. Like there ain't no damn. I am very, very peaceful on YouTube. I don't go around picking fights with people or nothing like that. But whenever they start with me, I'm on your ass all night. There ain't no damn all night long. It's gonna be a tough night for you, buddy.
And I can understand that to a degree, but there's also limits. There should be points where you pull that. Let me explain. And I will name names because she hates it when I do it.
Yeah.
There's a channel called What's Up, Cynthia. I like Cynthia. She does not believe me. She does not believe me because I will not validate her erroneous assumptions.
Yeah.
She's one of those people who says she's not white, she's Mexican.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm sorry, madam. Mexicans are Caucasians, and that means they're white.
Yep.
Sorry.
White
Science
person
don't lie, do
with a
it.
taco. White person
Right.
with a taco.
Yes. It's not my fault. Don't get mad at me. So she got mad at me. And she hates me everywhere I go. I can't go anywhere that she's at where she's not going to call me a drunk because I keep a bottle of rum nearby at almost all times.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, I don't drink all the time. It's just over there because I have kidney stones. And if I need to pass a kidney stone and that starts up, I don't want to be conscious when it happens. I'd rather be hammered, and I don't do opiates or benzos or any of that anymore. The only thing I'll do is occasionally drink. Not very often, but I do it sometimes whenever, I need to.
Right.
Which sounds addictive. Kidney stones are the trigger. So call it what you will. She took that as me being an alcoholic, and it's because I'm a really nice guy until I start drinking. And then the gloss comes off. The luster goes away, and I become that absolute savage that I was back when I was running 156 troll accounts and nuking channels from orbit. I become that guy. I'm not evil, but I have a point to what I'm doing, and if you interrupt the point, I will just bull over you like a steamroller, and I have the voice to do it, and I have the intellect to do it, and if you don't have both, you're not going to be able to stand in the path.
Right. Okay. I get it.
So she is very easily led. All you have to do to lead her channel down whatever little garden path you want to is to tell her she's wrong about something that you want her to prove she's right about. And even if she can't prove it, she will make a bunch of fake videos to prove that she's right.
Yeah.
Can you guess what way she votes?
Liberal, Democrat, definitely. Yo, like I don't understand some people that are like that. It's like, man, like let's say for instance, if you said, I don't know that, I guess like that Donald Trump is a bad person or something like that.
TDS.
I'm not gonna sit here and try to fight you for
Nope.
hours trying to convince you. I'll probably say like 1, 2, 3 things, maybe if that. But if you don't get it, it's like, okay, bro. It's like I can't.
No, you don't have to defend the truth. The truth is a lion. You merely set it free, and it does all it needs to do. The problem happens when you have people who are not willing to at least state the truth. Evil prospers when good men do nothing.
Yeah. Damn. You know what? I like that. So say that again.
Evil prospers when good men do nothing. I can't remember who said it. That's a quote from somewhere. In fact, you've almost convinced me to start drinking. I keep dropping these freaking quotes. Was it Tupac? No, it wasn't Tupac.
The great philosopher Tupac Shakur. No, man. Yeah, but I'm gonna definitely start going live some more, for sure. Matter of fact,
You come do the show, and I'll help you out with it.
oh yeah, bro. You say tomorrow, right?
It would be tomorrow, but all I wanted was a confirmation that you'd be available tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, and you never answered the email.
Oh yeah. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, bro.
I'll set it up right now if you'll pinky swear you'll be there.
Pinky swear. Tomorrow,
All
8 p.m.
right.
Eastern.
I'll set it up right now. Entertain the masses.
Hell yeah, I'll definitely be there. Pinky swear. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. All right. I'll set it up right now. Entertain the masses.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I'll definitely be there. I'll definitely be there. Pinky swear. A little bit of chicken fried. Cold beer on a Friday night. Matter of fact, I'm going to get a beer tomorrow too. Like, so I'll sit there and drink with you a little bit. Well, hold on, wait.
We might drink after the show. I won't drink till after the show. Dude, I can come on here and talk to you all afternoon. I can go talk to Dusty or anybody else, and I'm perfectly cool. When I'm setting up my own show, I get so freaking nervous.
It's real.
Wild, dude. I'll freak out. You'll see if you show up a little early. You'll watch me go through all of my insanity, and then the very second I go live, it's like ice water hits my veins, and it just happens. It's like I was born to do this. It's weird, bro.
Yeah, I used to be the same way too. As a matter of fact, I still get nervous.
I'm 5 years in, dude. I've been doing this for 5 years, almost weekly, almost daily at this point, and I still, every time I set up a Sasquatch Shills, I get nervous.
Oh, somebody had asked me a question. They said, "What's your channel about?" Man, my channel is about. So mainly, I do a lot of reaction videos. That is my bread and butter. I think that I'm funny as fuck. I think that I have this gift of making people laugh. I can come up with things to say just on a whim, like, bro, it could be like the most like craziest shit ever, like, and I'm pretty good at trying to make it sound good. Like, I'm like, but yeah, so I mainly do reaction videos. I talk about pop culture, what's going on in the world, stuff like that. That is what I do. That's what I do. Whatever's popular at the time, you can bet your ass that I'm going to cover it. I'm pretty good when it comes to politics. I know
Bro,
quite a few
bro, we have got to go hard on your description, dude. This ain't going to cut it.
What you mean?
I mean, one sentence in your description. Come on, bro. You can do better than that. You're selling yourself. That's your one place you have to sell yourself.
Okay, so what should I put in there? Big black guy.
I don't know yet, but I'm gonna copy paste it into the description of Sasquatch Shills tomorrow, because that's part of what it is, along with your particular channel link, and all the other links will be added in the morning before we start, which it'll be tomorrow afternoon. I'm just saying I'll have it done before we start. I'm gonna go ahead and create it and get everything set up, so that you can have the link.
He said it's Lorenzo's fault. Who the fuck is Lorenzo?
Yeah, it's definitely Lorenzo. Lorenzo is my fake, non-existent help.
Oh, okay.
Actually, this is so dumb. Have you ever seen My Son Hunter?
No, I've never seen it.
All right. So there was a movie made about Hunter Biden and all of the Burisma stuff, and it's called My Son Hunter, and it was kind of crushed by everybody everywhere.
Yeah.
In it, there is an assistant that works with Hunter Biden whose name is Lorenzo. And I went and clipped a bunch of stuff. I went and clipped a bunch of stuff out of it and used it when I first started up my channel. I had bits and pieces of it. Lorenzo was his assistant, and I had some technical issues that were happening. And I don't remember when or why or how I did it, but somebody was blaming me for being a terrible podcaster. And I went, no, this is my assistant's fault. God, doggone it, Lorenzo. And ever since then, it's Lorenzo's fault. She's supposed to fix it. It was supposed to be her fault. She used to work for Hunter. She's on all that stuff. Yeah. It's her. You just got to forgive her. You know how it is. And then my adopted son got a dog and couldn't keep it. And we ended up with this dog, and his name was Buddy. And because he's such a terrible animal, his name ended up being Buddy Roo Lorenzo, because he screws everything up. Buddy Roo, because when he barks, he says a roo. He doesn't bark. He goes a roo, a roo.
That's funny. Damn,
but yeah, we'll work on your description. I'll figure something out. We'll sell you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna actually work on it tonight too. See, bro, I kind of had like, I mean, I don't want to say abandon my channel, but I haven't
Say
been.
it. If that's what you did that. Be honest about it.
I mean,
You're not the
yeah,
first one.
Yeah, I just got so busy just with life and kids and stuff that I didn't really.
Yes. That's first. This is always, ladies and gentlemen, everybody in the audience, if you're dealing with a YouTuber like me, Mr. Stutters over here, family's first. Life is first. If something comes along and I've got to go deal with it and I don't want to be distracted, I will completely stop YouTube for a week, 2 weeks, 6 weeks if I have to. This is a hobby until it puts a roof on my house. It is not a job.
Facts. Yeah.
So send money now.
Yeah, definitely. Send money now, please. Send money now. Matter of fact, let me look at my Cash App, see if I got anything.
I got a good one here. This is the way I try to grip for grip for money. Hold up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to tell you here, we will save your soul. No, we will save your dollar. We will save your very hairline if you will send me $5, make $10. I want the pennies out of your loafers. I want you. Dude, I tickle myself sometimes.
Can you just send $5? $5 more.
$5 more will put some brand new shoes on a Sasquatch foot.
If the Lord has placed it on your heart tonight to send me $5.
God, I need you to write my script. I can do it as a Southern Baptist. I can get the tent up and everything. They'd be out here passing that offering plate, dude. I was a narrow miss for a Southern Baptist minister. I'm not joking. My first girlfriend when I was in high school, and right before I got out of high school, I was hooked up with this chick who was a minister's daughter. And so I had gotten involved in the church and all that stuff. And there was a few situations where a young fledgling Sasquatch popped out that didn't exist. But I had heard a million Baptist ministers do a million fire and brimstone speeches, and things would happen to where people weren't where they were supposed to be on time, and they'd need somebody to speak for a minute. And I'd just come up and do a cash flow dollar bit from Creek Flow Dollar. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what we're doing here today, we are saving every man's soul. You have to give deeply, give from the heart, from the very bottom of your wallet. And I was just too good at it, man. Like, it almost happened. Boy, I'm glad I walked in and caught her sucking somebody else's dick, or I might have been a Southern Baptist minister. Hey, no, this is one of those things where you thank God for unanswered prayers. That woman is an absolute wild child. She's in jail right now.
Damn, for real? Might I ask why?
She was driving a vehicle that had an awful lot of illegal substances.
Hold on, wait. Say it again. She was driving a what? A Pinto, and she got caught with heroin. What? No,
trafficking. She was driving a vehicle with a bunch of illegal stuff in it, and some guns, and some felons, and maybe a couple of trafficked women. I don't know. She had a bunch of charges. I don't remember what all stuck, but she's in there till like 2036 or something.
Damn, that fucking sucks, bro. Man, so I've been to jail a couple times in my life, bro. I'm never trying to go back to jail, bro. If it ain't got nothing to do with minding on children, but like, I'm not going, bro. I don't give a fuck what's going on.
You want to hear my jail story?
What happened?
This is also very dumb because I'm such an idiot. Okay, so I was riding around, had a little bit of weed in my pocket. We get pulled over by a game warden. Blue lights. Woo. Get out the car, son. Is there anything illegal in the car? I looked at the car. I had weed in my pocket. I wasn't in the car. I looked at him and went, no, sir. But if I search this car, am I going to find anything illegal? Nah. What you got in your pockets? All the illegal stuff.
Wow.
And he took offense that, I don't know, I guess he thought I lied to him or something, because I don't have anything illegal in the car because it's in my pockets and I'm not in the car, you moron. I answered your question, not what you meant to ask. You didn't ask me if I had anything illegal with me. You asked me if there was anything illegal in the car, and I was not in the car. Anyway, he gets a little chip on his shoulder, hits me with the 19 felonies.
Damn.
Well, bro, I didn't know nothing about this. They ain't tell me nothing about it. I went to jail, got out, go to court a couple of weeks later. I walk in and they wrap me up with 19 felonies. And I mean, like,
Damn, you was on some Donald Trump shit.
what? What? All right, so let's back up. I get to jail, middle of the night. They put me in the cell.
Yeah.
I go in, lay down, go to sleep, wake up the next morning, do the breakfast thing. When I'm coming downstairs, half of my graduating class is in there. Half the other half of these guys I bought drugs from.
Wow.
Like, this was not an uncomfortable environment. This was like going back to recess when I was in school. This was wild, bro. It should not be that cool in jail.
Yeah.
That being said, I go in, I sit down, talk to everybody I ain't seen in years. Everybody high fives me, talk about they finally got me. What'd they get you on? And I was like, oh, DUI or whatever, misdemeanor possession. I can't remember what it was. I told them.
Mm-hmm.
Couple hours later, they come and pick me up, walk back there and get me, walk me up to the front. And they take me all over to prison so that I can't figure out where I'm coming from. But I mean, like, I grew up in the swamp and I can navigate by sunlight. So I was like, if you just went through that door. He's like, yeah, well, we're supposed to try to confuse you. I was like, good luck, bud. I got a window. I don't understand why you think I'm confused. Let's just go. And he's like, okay, fine. And we went. And we get there. The desk sergeant, you know, the desk in there is like 6 foot high or so. It's like really tall. Desk sergeant sitting up there. This is a guy that went to school with my brother. He knows me. Like, he's known me since I was a little kid. And so when I got there, I looked over at the guard that had brought me and he let go of me. And I said, hey, Mac, you want to see something funny? He's like, sure. And I flat-footed that 6 foot bench and landed up there on my elbows and said, hey, Cheely, listen, this is the worst hotel I've ever been in. I'm going to leave you a terrible Yelp review. There was no toilet paper. There's no turn down service. There was no phone in my room. No one checked on me. It was locked the whole time. I couldn't even go for a walk, man. And I hopped down off the top. Homie sat there. His eye twitches. He goes, turns and opens the door behind him, pushes it open, goes, hey, Deborah, this man says he's going to leave us a bad Yelp review. What do I do about that? And the whole office crew started laughing. And I looked at the guard and went, just wait a minute. They're going to let me go. He's like, you jump back up on that desk again. I bet they don't.
yeah, for real. Damn, dog. That's fucking crazy. Yo, but man, I appreciate you for coming through, man. I'm fucking tired, bro.
All right, hold up. I got something for you.
Right,
I'm going to send you this in an email too, but this is the bare bones of your show is backstage. That's the StreamYard link. Do you know how to link up your channel to somebody else's StreamYard?
No. Matter of fact, hold on.
All right.
Matter of fact, I'm out of fucking space on my damn email. Hold on, give me a second. Let me pay for this shit real quick. And the radio. I don't know why that chicken fry song stuck in my head.
Hey, man. It's hard to find better jamming tune than some country sometimes. Especially if you're sitting around with your feet in some water.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so did you send me an email recently or what?
I did.
Bro,
it was just I got you. I got you, bro. I'm doing it right now. It's happening harder and faster by the moment. Pause. I'm going to type pause in as the
pause.
Yeah. Copy pasta. Bam. If you want to, right after you shut this down, you can jump in over there and I'll walk you through hooking up your channel to it. And that'll work on anybody else's StreamYard that permits it. I'm fixing to jump over there myself and verify that everything's set up right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been absolutely amazing. Kev Studders, this is him right here. Everybody should like, comment, subscribe, do the whole thing. Give me some money. You know how it goes. Don't let the man get you down. I'll see you over there in a minute, bud.
Yep. So, bam, bam. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Hopefully everybody had a good night and had enjoyed the stream. Yeah, boy is tired as hell. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's been a long day, but I did a quick live. I talked some shit. Hopefully everybody had a good time, man, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. We out.
On the road, lately I've been on who I'm gonna rob if I don't blow. Yeah, these niggas really by my side, shit, I don't know.